All right, so we're doing the zigzag chair here. And so I've kind of started it. We're going to do 2 chairs, a zigzag, and then this Panton. So I've got this basic outline. Essentially what I did is I drew a cube on the bottom. And then I basically drew a cube. And then what I'm doing is I'm drawing the angles here, right? So cube, and then put that back at a little bit like 15 degrees going back. All right, so it's not straight up and down. Okay, so now it's just a matter of making this look like a chair. That's probably too much. All right, so now I'm going to just give this some mass. It's probably some plywood, probably 3/4 of an inch, something like that. So if it's closer to you, it's going to be bigger. As it goes farther away, it's going to get smaller. All right. All right. Give this back some mass too. All right. All right, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just want to get the basic shape for everybody. Now I'm just going to go around the outside of these lines, darken it up, and then I'll start on the other one. Actually, they should have just had our textbook, a lesson on the zigzag chair, because I think it's just as worthy. All right. Anyway, plastic is passe these days, I'd say. Plastic chairs. Any petroleum-based product is going to be frowned upon for the most part. Even though your plywood probably has formaldehyde in it if you're not getting it sourced out properly. All right. Okay, so there's a quick little zigzag chair. All right. So I basically drew a box. All right. It feels a little squat, honestly. I think it's a little short. I think my box could have gone a little bit higher, but this is my zigzag lounge chair is what it should be. All right. And so if I was going to make a lounge chair, I'd probably make some arms come out of here just for kicks. All right, you don't have to put arms in it if you don't want to. Just have fun with it. But this is how you would do it. But again, I'm just everything I'm doing is going to that perspective, right? Just really important that you get that concept and just stay true to it. Okay, you don't have to put arms in it again. I just can't help myself. All right, so you get the idea, right? I think it looks better with arms in it myself. Okay, so now the challenging one. That was actually not as easy as it should have been. So now I want to draw this this chair. So this actually, it may not look like it, but one would fit in the other. They actually stack, not the way you see it stacking here, but it'll go, this bottom would actually go into it. So stacking a chair, believe it or not, if you think about the hospitality industry, where you do conventions or you have a lot of seating and you want to clear it out, you know, they put them on wheels, racks, and they'll take them out of the way. So a lot of chairs you may not be aware of actually stack, and so that's the cool thing about this chair, is you can put one on top of the other and slide it in there. So very interesting way to do it. So I guess, how am I going to do this? You guys are making this hard on me. So I guess the thing to do is try to find the center line. I don't know the best way to do this, I have to be honest with you. But there's, if you look very carefully in this chair, there's an S running through the center. So there's this U on the bottom. I'm not even sure the best way to do this. I will do my best though. This perspective is a different perspective. I could do something. So if I'm looking at the way I've got it set up, how do I do this? All right. So if you look here, this is in the bottom U, like this is horseshoe. The center of it is going to the other line. So I could potentially put it, this U, I can make a U right here. So going to one perspective, and then I'd make it go something like this. So I'm going to draw this U shape. It's going to be bigger, closer to me, small in the back. So it's going to look something like this. I apologize if I'm going to mess this up. All right, so there's my bottom. And then this line, again, it probably, well, we have a side view. So it comes out. If you notice, it's not straight above like this one was. It comes out. So then this is going to come up and out is what it's going to do. Whew. All right. So proportions, this is not easy. All right, so come up. Then it's going to be right on top of the back. All right. So again, believe it or not, I am using my perspective on this. So I made this S, just to get a sense of where everything should be folding. So curves are bigger when they're closer to you. As they go farther away, the radius gets smaller. All right. And then because I have this line here that's going to that perspective, I know where that should be. All right, so it's going to go like this. And then the top of it. Something like this. But the chair actually doesn't do that. It's kind of a U on the top too. So let's draw the center of this thing. So it goes like back into there. Wow, Smith, you're crushing it. I don't say killing anymore because that has such a negative connotation. All right, it's not perfect. Bear with me. I'll do the best I can here. All right, but you can kind of see how this works. All right, so what the heck's going on in the front here? It looks like there's a little U. Yeah, so it's coming up. All right. So if you want easy points, do the zigzag chair. This one's a little bit harder. But so what I need to do though is figure out the center of this thing. All right. If I can find the center of the chair, it's always going to be bigger. That's closer to you. And then it rounds off at the top. That was tough. All right, but it has a little bit of a bucket in there, so it actually comes down. Whew. So this chair has some thickness to it as it comes around. This is a hard chair to draw. It's actually kind of beaten me. I'm not going to lie. All right. So I feel like it's a little bit deep, mine, but that's okay. Close enough. It actually kind of looks like a tongue up here. I don't know what that's about, but. All right, so there's my two Panton chairs. So excuse me, this is Rietveld's chair and this is Panton's. So different. I think I like Rietveld's chair better, but that's just because it's a lot easier. So, you know, in terms of production though, this is all vacuum formed, so they can probably bang these out really quickly, where this is a lot more complicated. If you look at the chair, there actually is a support piece here, and there's probably one back there, just because that's just very, but the nice thing is that it would flex when you sit in it, just the nature of the material. So there's actually a little piece in there. You don't need to draw it, but it would just not support itself if you didn't have some extra support. Something in there. But you get the idea. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording. That is the Rietveld ZigZag chair. I put some wood arms in there because I can, and then the Panton chair. So again, really doing my best to draw to my vanishing points. It may not look like it, but everything on here, you know, if you look at this, the back of this seat, everything I'm doing is trying to stay on these vanishing points. Even the top, it helps your eye. So when you're doodling, everything looks a little bit more realistic. All right, so zoom in here. And then I wouldn't sign this because it's not my design, but whatever. All right, so